LRDT is a charity at the very heart of Lyme Regis, and despite our numerous projects and initiatives, we still get asked just what is it that we do. The last 2.5 years have been an incredibly busy time for the Trust, even through a global pandemic, because the majority of our community projects have been established in the last 18 months. As you can imagine, it's not always easy to explain just what it is that LRDT does. So we thought we would give you an insight into some of the people and the projects that make up this organisation.
My name's Mary.
And my name's Lisa.
My name is David Tucker.
My name is Malcolm Taylor.
My name is Crisin.
My name is Lisa Galvani.
My name is Jason.
My name is Dorothy Wood.
My name is Cleo.
My name is Ashley Kellett.
At the minute, not a lot, but in the next few days I will officially become the new CEO.
I host 2 radio shows and I'm the Deputy Radio Station Manager.
We do lots of things here at LRDT. We run the community cafe and we run the seaside store.
And we run a project also from Charmouth called the Cake and Cuppa.
Well, I'm a trustee first and foremost, which is a great privilege. I help at the seaside store regularly, I help at the cafe regularly, the community cafe, and I present 3 shows on lymebayradio.com.
My role at the Trust is a trustee, and I'm chair of property management for St Michael's Business Centre, and I'm also overseeing the community workshop and planning grants and any development of the workshop. Oh yes, I'm also helping John with the Fossil Festival.
I am one of the Board of Trustees.
Really a caretaker for the workshop.
My role at LRDT is admin assistant.
I run Lyme Bay Radio on behalf of LRDT.
My role at LRDT is marketing manager.
The team here at LRDT is made up of our CEO, an ops manager, a marketing manager, and an admin assistant. They are often joined by volunteers from our various projects to collaborate on the work we do, and although each of them is only with us part-time, we strive to make sure there is always someone available to help with inquiries. The Seaside Store is a flagship project for us and one that we are immensely proud of. An enormous amount of work and effort goes into achieving this weekly social supermarket, starting with Setup Day on a Monday, led by the project's organisers Lisa and Mary. The majority of their food collections and deliveries happen on this day, along with the setting up of the whole store in our cafe area. Lisa and Mary have developed an impressive rota of dedicated volunteers that help to bring it all together each week, giving our community access to affordable, healthy, nutritious food. The project also has a strong environmental impact by preventing unnecessary food waste from ending up in landfill.
LRDT, to me, does lots of many different things, but always serving the community in whatever it is that they offer up.
A space that is for the community to use. And anybody with any ideas of how to further use the space are all very welcome.
I think the thing the Trust does best is that it's the link between people all over the town and the way that it seeks constantly to support people and address local need and just make people's lives better and more comfortable.
It's a great place to meet people and to engage in new activities.
The Trust role is to find, develop, encourage, support community projects that help enrich the lives of the community both socially and economically.
The Trust is a charity set up to deliver community projects working with local organisations to make Lyme and the surrounding areas a better place to live and work.
It's an organisation that's really open to kind of new ideas and trying to create a kind of real innovative space for the local community to come together and try new things.
I would describe the Trust to someone who didn't know about it. I would say, come down, have a look, meet the people, see what's going on. We've got a lovely community cafe down here. We've got the local radio station down here. Lots of other things going on. So I would say, come and have a look.
It's a community-based charity based here in Lyme Regis. It supports people, whether it be environmentally, economically, health and well-being,
It's here to help people that need help, but also support youth clubs, sports projects.
Essentially operates any project that facilitates the spirit of the community or enhances that spirit in any way. So exercise, community cafes, they all add to the community in some respect. And I think fundamentally that's what it's about. Kickboxing is just one of the regular groups we host at the Hub, and it's one of our longest running activities. Lyme Regis local Gareth Taylor has been holding kickboxing classes every Monday and Thursday for 8 years. It is an extremely inclusive group that welcomes all abilities, ages and sexes, with an emphasis on fitness and fun, although it does encourage skills development with regular grading opportunities for anyone that wants to advance their training. Since first opening in May 2021, the Seaside store has gained 218 members, helps almost 500 end users, and takes a big team of volunteers to help make it happen each week. Lyme Bay Radio was launched in March 2020 by founder Chris Tipping alongside Simon West, and then immediately had to close when news of the first national lockdown hit. But not to be defeated, and with the help of station manager Ashley Kellett, they retrained the station's presenters to record and produce their shows remotely, recruited more contributors, and relaunched the station in July. The station now has over 25 shows a week and continues to be a hybrid of live shows and presenters broadcasting remotely. A huge amount of work goes into LBR, and we are very proud to say it's definitely not your average community radio station.
My favourite thing about the Trust is its creativity, and that the projects that it wants to get involved in are exciting and energetic, and they are about the whole community, not just one section of it.
I think it is the diversity of the work we do. Like I say, it kind of really appeals to the whole demographic of the local area, and for that I feel like it's a real part of the community.
My favourite thing about the Trust has been meeting all of the wonderful people involved in it, the volunteers, the people who run it, and getting to know the wider community here in Lyme.
There's always new faces, and the people that run it are very friendly, and yeah, it's like a little club for local people.
Favourite thing about the Trust is the friendliness of all the people here. It does feel like one big sort of family. It sounds really corny, but it is incredibly welcoming and pleasant to work with the people involved in the Trust.
My favourite thing about the Trust is without doubt the Seaside store. I think it's a wonderful model of making sure that people can get affordable food, but also make a contribution to the cost of that food.
Inclusivity, to be politically correct, but that is a serious thing because everybody gets included and is made to feel welcome.
Yeah, and I think I like the way every part of the Trust, no matter whether it's the radio station, the workshop, us, we all support each other, and they're friendly and fun, and willing to understand what each area of the Trust do.
My favourite thing about the Trust has to be the people and the range of people that you come across, from the people in the office to the people that use the facilities. Everybody's motivated, everybody is full of the community spirit which we're trying to encourage. So people are my favourite thing about the Trust.
My favourite thing about the Trust is the community spirit, the projects they deliver, and the volunteer opportunities that are available.
My favourite thing about the Trust is how friendly it is, how welcoming, supportive, always looking for fresh ideas, always looking at how it can support the community. So I think it's very innovative and it's got a lot to offer.
Another long-standing group that we have the pleasure of hosting here at the Hub is Be Sharp, a fantastic music and performance-focused organisation for young people from early years right up to young adulthood. They hold 3 sessions a week here over 2 days, one for primary school-age children, one for older children, and another for young people. They have a fantastic ethos of inclusivity, which they establish through their creative group composition sessions, all with a mission to help young people explore and develop their music skills and confidence. Use It or Lose It came to us once restrictions for exercise groups had started to lift in 2020, but their original venue could not accommodate the space needed for the physical activity of so many people. We were very happy to be their new home and welcomed the opportunity to host such a vibrant group. Helen French runs this over 50s physical wellness group, and each week you can hear the chatter and enjoyment of the attendees as Helen delivers dynamic and supportive routines, games and conditioning activities. They are a real joy to have as part of the hubbub of the building. LRDT is passionate about supporting local young people, and in 2020 we surveyed the community to find out exactly what youth provisions our young people and parents wanted. We found that art sessions were top of the list, so we began to see how we could make this happen, and were thrilled when local artist and art facilitator Sam Fowler said she was keen to deliver regular creative workshops after school here at the Hub, and in the winter of 2021 we started Art Club. Sam continues to run these sessions here at the Hub every Wednesday, and we are really proud to be encouraging creativity in our local community.
Do you think possibly the building needs a little bit of attention?
I was going to say that's our biggest limiting factor really, is the building and having to work within the confines of it. So it's a challenge, but we do what we can.
There's always room for improvement. Of course, you never say it's there. So keeping open to new ideas and new ways of reaching the community.
I think that the Trust could continue its fantastic work to engage with the community, sharing its ideas for the future, and just do lots of engagement and really promoting the Trust and what it does.
I think we can always strive to improve, and I think that really is embedded in the way the Trust works. And I know, I speak in my role as the board, we're always pushing to make the Trust kind of do more and have greater reach in the things it does. But ultimately, I think focusing more on kind of youth services, because Lyme as a town doesn't have huge amounts to do for the youth. So I think, in developing that area would be a priority for me.
I feel that the Trust could certainly help in the radio station in helping us to reach further out into the community. We've based it around Lyme Regis for the last few years, but now we want to work it out and really go from start point in the west to Portland in the east and start covering all of those areas in between, looking for talented presenters, musicians and local artists to showcase.
So I feel like the Trust could maybe offer more opportunities for training for young people, helping people into work, and different avenues for people who aren't particularly academic.
We have some fantastic projects for younger people. We have some fantastic projects for older generations. If we could have some projects that just even gave some connections between those generations, then I think that would be really valuable.
In terms of what else the Trust could do, the radio station is really ripe for developing for more presenters, and particularly young people. In fact, the whole of the young people thing, there are a number of things for young people, and Be Sharp in particular, and the youth club and the kickboxing. There are things, but the more young people things, the better. Particularly at the weekends, that seems to be a bit of a empty time at the moment, which could be filled.
I think it's always good to explore new possibilities for activities, because as much as we do, there's 1,000,001 more things one can do. It's a question of finding what people want to do, isn't it?
The Trust is committed to tackling loneliness in our community. Local health professionals have recently stated that isolation is one of the most dangerous things our community faces, and is a key concern, especially for older generations. That is the driving force behind the Welcome Cafe, which is a monthly meetup run by our band of merry volunteers. They provide tea and cake, and most importantly, friendly chat in a venue that has easy access. Every Thursday morning, the Hub becomes a safe and open space for babies, toddlers and preschoolers, along with their parents and carers, of course, for Lyme Regis Kids Club, which is another activity we host here. LRDT's higher charge policy means that we have affordable rates for non-profit organisations so that we can continue to support community groups like this. After months of planning and preparation, Lisa and Mary quite literally transformed a rather cold and uninviting room into a warm and welcoming cafe known as the Old Schoolhouse. And every Thursday and Friday you can come to get great food, great coffee, and all for a great price. And of course, it's run by great people.
I think the Trust's best kept secret is the people that work here and the people that contribute to making the Trust what it is.
I think the Trust's best kept secret is the Trust itself. I think the only drawback from the Trust being a secret is that when we try to do something new, if people knew that we were associated with all those other things that they really love and support, it would be easier to gain support for other projects. And that would be good.
Without a doubt, it's the hub and the space that we've got. But if I was to put one thing, I think it's the workshop. The workshop's really cool, along with the radio station. I can't actually think of one thing. There's lots of good stuff.
I think the Trust's best kept secret, and this may sound slightly peculiar, is actually the hub building itself. Because of where it stands in the town, it's a sort of fairly tight part of the town. The size of the building probably isn't apparent to many people at all. I haven't been inside it already, and I think there's probably great potential for this building to be used in other ways that increase the way the Trust can interact with people, but also in the ways that the Trust can raise income to do more in the town.
I think the best kept secret of the Trust is everything it does. I don't think people realise that the Trust is actually responsible for running the Fossil Festival and the drama group and all these new initiatives.
I think itself is the best kept secret. I think LRDT, the amount of people I speak to, and they say, what's LRDT, what does it do? So I think it needs to be more appreciated by the community. I really do. I think the Trust itself seems to be a bit of a secret around here.
Really, the location of the hub building, because it blends in so well to the background.
The best kept secret that I only recently discovered is down underneath the stage and under the hall that there's this huge long shooting gallery that used to be used.
Drama Club is a great example of our continued effort to find, support and develop activities for the young people in our community. Following the feedback from our community survey, we set about finding a drama professional to deliver weekly performing arts sessions for children aged 7 to 12. We were able to launch a 12-week course in the summer term 2022 here at the Hub and are now looking for new opportunities to deliver clubs, groups and activities for the new academic year ahead. In the words of former CEO Chris Tipping, no idea is a bad idea, or is it? Under that understanding, the Lyme Regis Skate Club was born. In 2020, LRDT helped the launch of this new sports club by providing the space and insurance for its first 12 months. That support enabled the club to grow into a financially self-supporting group, which now meets twice a month. It is a hugely supportive and encouraging space for skaters aged 19 to 60 years old. In 2020, after years in the making and despite a global pandemic, we launched the Lyme Regis Community Workshop. This is built and run entirely by volunteers, and the workshop is for those not fortunate enough to have space and equipment where they live. But its main purpose is to provide an opportunity to work alongside others, to learn and share skills. We have recently renamed our workshop the Dot Wood Workshop, in memory of its late and much-loved founder and LRDT trustee, Dorothy Wood. So, there you have it. That's what LRDT does. And I think you'll agree it's still not an easy question to answer. So maybe we should just say a lot.